Skin in the Game by Nassim Taleb is a book that explores the idea that people who are responsible for decisions should have something at risk or skin in the game. Here are 10 main points from the book. 1. People who have skin in the game have more accountability and are more careful with their decisions. 2. Modern society has created a system where people can make decisions without any personal risk, leading to a lack of accountability and moral hazard. 3. The author argues that people should not be allowed to make decisions that affect others without having something at risk themselves. 4. The book discusses the importance of having a system that rewards people who take risks and are successful, while punishing those who are unsuccessful. 5. The author argues that we should be wary of experts who don't have skin in the game, as they may not have a full understanding of the risks involved. 6. The book explores the idea that true knowledge comes from experience and having skin in the game. 7. The author suggests that we should aim for anti-fragility, the ability to benefit from disorder and uncertainty. 8. The book critiques the use of statistical models, arguing that they are often flawed and did not take into account the risks involved. 9. The author suggests that we should be cautious when it comes to technology and innovation, as they can have unintended consequences. 10. The book encourages people to embrace uncertainty and take risks, while also being aware of the potential downsides and having something at risk. The first point of the book Skin in the Game is that people who have something at risk or skin in the game are more accountable and careful with their decisions. When individuals have something to lose, such as reputation, money, or social status, they are more likely to think through the consequences of their actions and make better decisions. In contrast, those who do not have any personal risk at stake are more likely to be reckless or indifferent to the potential harm caused by their actions. The idea of skin in the game is particularly important when it comes to decision-making that affects other people. For example, politicians who make decisions that affect the lives of their constituents should have something at stake, such as their own reputation or political career, to ensure that they are acting in the best interests of those they represent. Similarly, business executives who make decisions that impact their employees or customers should have a personal financial interest in the success or failure of their company to ensure that they are making responsible choices. Overall, the first point of the book highlights the importance of accountability and responsibility in decision-making, and how having skin in the game can lead to better outcomes for everyone involved. The second point of skin in the game is that modern society has created a system where people can make decisions without any personal risk, leading to a lack of accountability and moral hazard. This point is closely related to the first point, as the lack of personal risk means that individuals are less likely to be careful or responsible with their decisions. In modern society, there are many examples of individuals and institutions that make decisions without any personal risk. For instance, politicians may make decisions that have negative consequences for their constituents, but they themselves may not be affected by those consequences. Similarly, financial executives may make risky investments with other people's money, but they may not have any personal financial risk in the outcome. This lack of personal risk can lead to a phenomenon known as moral hazard, which is a situation where individuals are more likely to take risks or behave recklessly because they do not bear the full consequences of their actions. For example, a bank that is insured by the government may take on more risky investments because it knows that it will not bear the full financial consequences of those investments. Overall, the second point of the book highlights the dangers of a system where people can make decisions without any personal risk, and how it can lead to a lack of accountability and moral hazard. The author argues that individuals and institutions should be required to have something at risk in order to ensure that they are acting responsibly and in the best interests of others. The third point of skin in the game is closely related to the first and second points, but it emphasizes the author's belief that people should not be allowed to make decisions that affect others without having something at risk themselves. In other words, individuals who have the power to make decisions that impact others should have skin in the game to ensure that they are acting responsibly and in the best interests of others. The author believes that this principle should apply across a wide range of domains, including politics, business, finance, and healthcare. For example, politicians who make decisions that affect the lives of their constituents should be required to have a personal stake in the outcome of those decisions. This might involve financial penalties, loss of political power, or other consequences if their decisions have negative consequences. Similarly, business executives who make decisions that impact their employees or customers should have a personal financial interest in the success or failure of their company. This might involve a significant portion of their compensation being tied to the company's performance, or having to hold a significant portion of the company's stock. Overall, the third point of the book highlights the author's belief that individuals who have the power to make decisions that affect others should have skin in the game to ensure that they are acting responsibly and in the best interests of others. The author argues that this principle is essential for creating a fair and just society, and for ensuring that decision makers are accountable for their actions. The fourth point of skin in the game is that society should have a system that rewards people who take risks and are successful, while punishing those who are unsuccessful. The author argues that this is essential for creating a fair and just society, and for ensuring that individuals are incentivized to take responsible risks. According to the author, a system that rewards successful risk takers is necessary for promoting innovation, creativity, and progress. Without such a system, individuals may be less willing to take risks and try new things, which could stifle innovation and prevent society from advancing. However, the author also emphasizes the importance of punishing those who are unsuccessful. This is necessary to ensure that individuals are held accountable for their decisions and that they are not rewarded for taking reckless or irresponsible risks. Overall, the fourth point of the book highlights the importance of having a system that rewards responsible risk-taking and punishes irresponsible behavior. The author argues that this is essential for creating a fair and just society, and for promoting innovation and progress. The fifth point of skin in the game is that people should be wary of experts who do not have skin in the game themselves. The author argues that experts who do not have any personal risk at stake are more likely to make irresponsible or reckless decisions, and that their advice should be viewed with skepticism. According to the author, experts who do not have skin in the game are more likely to be motivated by their own self-interests or the interests of their employer or organization, rather than the interests of those they are advising. They may also be more likely to make decisions based on ideology or theory, rather than practical experience or real-world consequences. The author argues that individuals should be skeptical of experts who do not have any personal risk at stake, and that they should seek out advice from individuals who have a personal stake in the outcome of their advice. For example, individuals may be more likely to trust the advice of a doctor who is also a patient, or a financial advisor who has their own money invested in the same way they are advising others to invest. Overall, the fifth point of the book highlights the importance of being skeptical of experts who do not have skin in the game and the importance of seeking out advice from individuals who have a personal stake in the outcome of their advice. The author argues that this is essential for ensuring that advice is practical and effective, and that it is not influenced by personal or ideological biases. The sixth point of skin in the game is that small decentralized systems are often more robust and effective than large centralized systems. The author argues that small systems allow individuals to have skin in the game and take responsibility for their actions, while large systems may lead to a lack of accountability and irresponsibility. According to the author, large centralized systems often suffer from a lack of accountability and transparency, which can lead to corruption and inefficiency. In contrast, small decentralized systems allow individuals to have a personal stake in the outcome of their decisions, which can lead to greater responsibility and better decision-making. The author provides several examples of how small decentralized systems can be more effective than large centralized systems. For example, he argues that small, locally run schools are often more effective than large centralized school systems, as they allow teachers and parents to have a personal stake in the education of their students. Similarly, he argues that small, locally run banks are often more effective than large centralized banks, as they are more likely to make responsible decisions and be accountable to their customers. Overall, the sixth point of the book highlights the importance of small, decentralized systems and the benefits of allowing individuals to have skin in the game and take responsibility for their actions. The author argues that this is essential for creating effective and accountable systems that benefit everyone. The seventh point of skin in the game is that the absence of skin in the game can lead to moral hazard, which is a situation where individuals or organizations are incentivized to take risks or make decisions that benefit them but have negative consequences for others. The author argues that moral hazard can have serious consequences and that individuals and organizations should be held accountable for their actions. According to the author, Moral hazard can arise when individuals or organizations do not bear the full cost of their actions. For example, if a bank is too big to fail and knows that the government will bail it out if it fails, it may take excessive risks, knowing that it will not bear the full cost of its actions. Similarly, if a company knows that it will not be held liable for the negative consequences of its actions, it may be more likely to engage in irresponsible behavior. The author argues that this is a significant problem and that individuals and organizations should be held accountable for their actions. Overall, the seventh point of the book highlights the importance of holding individuals and organizations accountable for their actions and the risks they take. The author argues that this is essential for preventing moral hazard and promoting responsible behavior. The eighth point of skin in the game is that people should be skeptical of complex systems, particularly those that are designed to be opaque or difficult to understand. The author argues that complex systems can be dangerous and that individuals should be wary of them, particularly if they are designed to obscure the risks involved. According to the author, complex systems can be dangerous because they are often difficult to understand and can lead to unintended consequences. Additionally, complex systems can be designed to obscure risks, making it difficult for individuals to make informed decisions about their actions. The author provides several examples of complex systems that can be dangerous, including financial markets, healthcare systems, and government bureaucracies. He argues that individuals should be skeptical of these systems and that they should demand transparency and accountability from those who operate them. Overall, the eighth point of the book highlights the dangers of complex systems and the importance of transparency and accountability. The author argues that individuals should be skeptical of complex systems, particularly those that are designed to be opaque or difficult to understand, and that they should demand transparency and accountability from those who operate them. The ninth point of skin in the game is that people should be wary of those who do not have a historical record of demonstrating courage and are not willing to take risks. The author argues that people who do not have skin in the game are more likely to avoid taking risks, which can lead to missed opportunities and a lack of progress. According to the author, individuals who are not willing to take risks are often more concerned with maintaining the status quo than with pursuing new opportunities or innovations. They may be more focused on avoiding losses than on making gains, which can lead to a lack of progress and innovation. The author argues that individuals who have a historical record of demonstrating courage and taking risks are more likely to be successful and make a positive impact on the world. They are more likely to be willing to pursue new opportunities and innovations, even if they involve some level of risk. Overall, the ninth point of the book highlights the importance of taking risks and pursuing new opportunities. The author argues that individuals should be wary of those who are not willing to take risks and that they should seek out individuals who have a historical record of demonstrating courage and taking risks. This is essential for promoting progress and innovation and making a positive impact on the world. The 10th and final point of skin in the game is that people should be wary of experts who do not have skin in the game or have a history of being wrong. The author argues that experts who are not personally affected by their advice may be more likely to give advice that is not in the best interest of others. Similarly, experts who have a history of being wrong should be viewed with skepticism, as they may be more likely to continue making mistakes. According to the author, experts who do not have skin in the game may be more concerned with advancing their own careers or reputations than with providing the best advice for others. They may be more likely to make self-serving recommendations or to avoid taking risks that could benefit others. Similarly, experts who have a history of being wrong should be viewed with skepticism, as they may be more likely to continue making mistakes. The author argues that individuals should be wary of experts who are overconfident in their predictions and who do not acknowledge their mistakes. Overall, the 10th point of the book highlights the importance of being skeptical of experts who do not have skin in the game or have a history of being wrong. The author argues that individuals should seek out experts who are personally invested in their advice and who have a history of making accurate predictions. This is essential for making informed decisions and avoiding costly mistakes.